Stringer, junior forward Colton Hopper, senior forward Benijah Laney, and sophomore guard Tyler Scapin will open up the questions.
Oh, I need that money.
Coach, what does it mean to become the all-time winningest coach in Big Ten history tonight?
Well, I didn't know. I mean, I didn't know about it before, but it immediately brings back the thought and the memory and the acknowledgement that I've been really fortunate because I've had so many outstanding coaches, as well as great players and outstanding players, and really fortunate to have an administration that was extremely supportive, and a university in the state that couldn't ask for anything more. So it makes me humble right from the beginning and grateful. And I think about the many years. I mean, those were great times. I think about my husband and the kids when they were little, growing up. And so it brings back a lot of memories. I was shocked when they talked about it. I didn't even know anything about that. I really didn't. So, and tonight was a surprise too. I was just trying to figure out how we can get through this game that we were playing.
Vivian, good defense. I mean, they shot 22%. Is that an indication of how well you guys played defense tonight?
For sure. I mean, when we make up our minds and go into a lockdown mode, I think that we can be pretty tough. Yeah, there's no question about it. We've got it stretched out to a comfortable lead, but we needed to execute better ourselves. It just doesn't make any sense because even with us playing at 55 and them, turn the ball over, they only turned the ball over 14 times. We turned it over ourselves 17. And that we can't win championships like that. So the things that we want to do ourselves is just to take time and recognize that we were up. So just take our time and execute and don't force things. I think what they were doing is they were baiting us into taking the first shot simply because they were packing it in. And maybe I should just let us go ahead and take the first shot because, we rotated. It didn't matter to them. They were just piling it in. And I was wondering how they were going to play us man-to-man defense, and now I know. They just stayed in there, and that was it.
Tyler, you scored 2 points in the first 25 minutes, and then you started to get hot, and they actually showed you on the scoreboard at one point. You looked angry, and you don't strike me as an angry person. How did you come alive there that last 15 minutes of the game?
Well, I just kept shooting, basically, and my shot just fell. I mean, I'm going to take some shots, I'm going to miss them, I'm going to take some shots, I'm going to make them, so just got to keep shooting.
Tonight, it seemed like it was a game where the officials were letting things sort themselves out underneath the rim. What was that like for you? I mean, you're usually sort of dominant in there, but tonight you really had to fight.
It's a little frustrating, to be hit around and feel like nothing's going your way. But, it's the game, it happens, so we just got to be able to keep pushing through that and make sure that we're doing more so that in the end everything's in our favor.
Questions?
I need the girls here. What does it mean to you guys as players and athletes to be here in this program and have a coach hit a milestone like this? What does this mean for how you're feeling and for the rest of the program leading on?
I mean, it's great. I mean, she has all those wins, so look, she's doing something right. It's been really great, to play for a Hall of Fame coach who has a lot of knowledge. We've all learned so much from her, and look, her milestone speaks for itself.
Benijah, you were up here after losses to North Carolina, after losses to Tennessee, somebody at Maryland. Did those battles, losing those battles, did that help you in a game like this tonight where you've been on the other side and you know how to win a game like this now?
Yeah, most definitely. Those losses where we were kind of fresh in the season, besides Maryland, which was in the later part. But I think we've definitely learned from our mistakes, and we just continue to fight.
Coach, you were saying the same thing after those games, that you needed to win one of these games. Now you beat Minnesota and you beat Nebraska. That's a sign of progress for you?
Yeah, there's no question about that because any way you shake it, we recognize that we've been playing some outstanding teams. We've had to work extremely hard. But we need to win those games. We need to recognize that this is a top 20 team, and yet, we've got to grind it out. We can be up, and then next thing you know, they've caught fire, and taking the momentum, but to never give up, which is what is the hallmark of this team right now. I don't see faces that are coming back looking like, well, we just, can't do it. It's more of us just settling down a little bit more and recognizing that we're in control and that we can always get it back on the defense, but, we need to execute on the offense. So we needed to win those, and we did. It was good.
Killian, you had a couple of really good games, and then offensively tonight things weren't falling as much, but you and Essie and Rachel all played very well underneath the rim helping out. But Naja, was that a conscious effort? Things aren't falling for me, so I'm going to go inside, or was that just how it sort of fell out?
Yeah, you always have to have a plan B. I got hot a little bit coming out, and then things settled down, so I got I got rebounds, and then I got steals. I just try to get myself going, and if I can, somebody else can. Naj did. Tyler stepped up. So it's not really just, it's never like on me. I never feel pressure because I have other teammates around me.
Coach Connie said that she felt like it was the first team to 40 was going to win. Did it feel that way? I mean,
No, I didn't say make that mark. No, I didn't say that. No, I didn't think that. But I wasn't surprised. They're a gutsy team, But that's interesting because she did what she has been doing. She's played man-to-man defense. We were almost wondering if she would dare do that. And she did. But she basically played a man-to-man real sagging defense. So probably the next time that happens, we're just going to start to take those shots because we can't hit them. We can't hit them. We weren't getting the transition side of things as much as we would normally like. And so they must have been just running, packing it in to the inside, and then, halfway coming out. There's nothing wrong with that. You can be aggressive and play the lanes, which was what we were doing. We were tending to force, the clock, that kind of thing. We would tend to be much more aggressive. I think that our team would be really out of sorts if we played like that. We don't play like that. So we've got to be aggressive. We take the switches and we're going to be aggressive. But she was able to change both ways, and we'll adjust the next time. It's the second time this year I think we played somebody that played a man-to-man defense. That's interesting.
Any other questions? Thank you, ladies.
Thanks, everybody.
Congratulations, Coach.
Thank you so much.